Dandava, Pranam Maharaj, Haribol. How are you, Maharaj?
Very good, Prabhu. Seeing you, I'm okay.
Yeah, you were there. Happy to see you. Saturday is the best day of the week.
Dandavat, Aditi Nanditi Didi, and Bhagavati Didi, Priyadarsh, Dandavat.
Dandava, Prabhu.
Pranams.
Oh, hay ni person. Amilla Sindhu. No, no sé qué. No.
Is that from in Ireland?
Yep.
Is that the leprechaun from Ireland?
What, Maharaj? No.
The leprechaun. Oh, the leprechaun from Ireland.
La, subtitle no connect. One moment. Prabhu, más o menos, more or less, ¿dónde están? Repeat, please, Prabhu.
No. Pequeño verde persona. Leprechaun.
Ah, E.T.
Leprechaun from Ireland. Irish. The
One more.
pot of gold on the end of rainbow. No.
These people, green person. Wise. This is wise. But, it's funny. What Maharaj? What the Janmashtami? Good. Here, good.
How was Janmashtami?
We reading Gita, cooking prasada, cleaning house, chant, Sankirtan, all fine.
Good. Nice. Krishna appears.
Yes.
For those who want him. For those who want some material life, there's no necessity for Krishna to appear, or there's no reason.
Krishna apareció en este mundo material por alguna razón.
Krishna has no purpose to appear for those who want material life.
Krishna no necesita aparecer, pero viene a este mundo material por una necesidad.
Krishna only appears to those devotees who want him.
Krishna solo aparece para beneficio a los devotos.
Who wants Krishna, he appears to them. With all people, his name, his form, his qualities, his bodies, his pastimes, his paraphernalia, everything, for those who want.
Krishna aparece, su cuerpo, su forma, su pasatiempo, todo. Entonces todo es igual a él y aparece para el beneficio de los devotos.
That is Janmashtami.
Ese es el significado de Janmashtami.
The real meaning.
Ya.
Krishna doesn't have any existence without his relationship with his devotees. Huh? So the relationship between the devotees and Krishna, that is all in all. Okay. So let's chant Vandana first. I think I don't.
Jai Gurudev for comment. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is coming today. What's today's date?
There's 10th, the 31st of August, last day of summer.
Oh, what is that? Do you think so?
There was nothing on the calendar.
Prabhu, change the hours. Or no?
No, same.
Ah, okay.
What do you mean change the hours? Why? It's the same time for you too, no?
Very soon in the next day, I think we'll change in hour for change station. Yeah, in September, change hours.
That's not until November for us. The daylight savings time. For America, that's in November, 2 months away.
No, Prabhu, sorry. Anitita, tell me, no, September, no, October, sorry.
Okay. Yes, that will change then, yes.
Okay, let us chant Vandana first.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes.
Vandeham,
Vandeham,
Sri Guru,
Shri
Sri
Yuta,
Prabhupada, Sri Guru Vaishnava,
Sri
Sri
Rupa
Satyayata,
Saji,
Sadva,
Sadhaitam,
Sadva,
Savadutam, Parijana Savidam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam, Shri Radha Krishna
Bhagana,
What are we saying there? Huh? Do you know what that means? I offer my obeisance unto the lotus feet of my Guru. The predecessors, the Lord's devotees, Sri Rup, Sri Sanatan, Sri Raghunath, Sri Jiva, Sri Rupa's followers, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Dev, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya's associates, Sri Radha Krishna, Sri Lalita Devi, Sri Vishaka Devi, and all of their associates. Includes everyone.
Jai.
Om Agnanatimirandhasya
Janana Salakaranya Satsuritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha
Puja Sri Guru
Guru
Bhargava
Vargavandita Mahyavankitanya Sada Bhagavadya Parampara Prakalya Prakalya Prakalya
Kate Bhakti
Bhakti Nirvani Karanya Nirvidam Samsakam Sadaram Pandit Sri Gurudevananda Sira Acharya Bardya Nijam
Nijam,
Gaurvabi
Bhavista Supurakam.
Guru Vanana Sisa Sarvushitam Sindhya Sindhya Samasta Vedani Punam Sirupa Bandhanugam
Govinda
Govinda Vidam Ujalam Bharatanu
Tanum
Bhaktyamritam Sundaram Vande Vishwa Guru Sadivya Bhagavat Premo Vivya Pradam
Devam Divya
Devam Divyatanum Sushanda Valanam Sararkasena Sitam Sandananda Puram Sadirko Varanam Vairagya Vidya Buddhi
Sri
Sri Siddhanta-nidhim Shubhati-lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Vandetam Shvalam Maliko Saranam Yashikvanam Sritaram
Sri Siddhanta
Saraswati Viridavya Gurukam Baye Bhattovanuriva Pravata Gadane Yoga Sankirtane
Maya Bhagavata
Maya Bharati Mingilodara Gatanudita Jivanimam
Krishna
Krishna Prema Shubhadi Gahanam Sukam Prayat Prabhutam Paye
Namo
Namo Gauraki Soraya
Bhakta
Bhakta Valutam Murtaye
Gaurangi
Gaurangri Padmarindaya Radha Bhavani Sevine
Vande
Vande Bhakti Vinodam Niroga Sakti Swarupakam
Bhakti
Bhakti Sastranya Samprayam Radharasa Shuganidhi
Gora
Gora Vraya Sita Setai Vaishnavai Vandya Vigraham Javana Prabhum Bande Premadi Vida Vaishnava
Vanchakapa
Pancha Kalpanaturyacha Ika Sindhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Panchatatmatam Krishna Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavatanam Bhaktavyam Namami Bhaktasattikam Namo Mahamanjaya Krishna Premanagayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namo Gaura Krishna Namaha
Jaya
Jayatam Sratau Pango Manamanda Madergati Matsarvatva Palamboyau Radhamagana Mohanau
Devya
Divya Vrindaran Jagat Patumaha Vivarangaram Simkas Nastau Kirigandharva Sila Govinda Devau Prestarivi Semanamis Marami
Srimad
Vimantra Sarvasambi Bansi Vatanata Stita Karsambenu Dvaneri Gopi Gopinataya Stiriestuna
Vrindaya
Vinaya Tulasi Deviyai Priyaya Kesavadhyata Krishna Bhakti Pradevi Satyavajjai Namo Namaha Bhaktanatya Mantra Guru Gurum Bhagavatartalam Vyasam Jagat Gurun Nabha Tato Yoja Mudiraye
Joy
Jaya Sta Parikara Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Ganarva Govinda Sundar Padam Padmanjaya Su Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Joy Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai,
Jai
Jai
Govardhana Ki Jai,
Jai
Veda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai.
Jai
All glories to the assembled devotees,
Jai
worldwide devotees.
Jai
Lord Premanand, Hari
Huri 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 Bol
Hari Bol
Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai
Jai
Hare Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Dhanavad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Seen you in a while. You're okay? It's good to see that you're okay. You look okay.
Me?
Yes?
Oh, Dhanyavad Maharaj. Dhanyavad Paranams. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, I am. Absolutely excellent. I'm
Oh,
doing better.
okay.
Although it took a little while to get here. And a little bit of pain and persecution. But we get there in the end with the grace of the Lord.
Haribol.
Haribol. Dhanyavad.
Haribol.
You look fantastic, Maharaj. And Krishna Kesava, you look wonderful as well. And hello to Harinanda Das and the associated devotees. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches. Buenas tardes.
Yes, 9. Thank you. The 7, 9.
Sí. Oh, well, buenas noches. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Happy to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are reading the last chapter of the Sri Prapanna-jivanamrtam. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Asatana Santa Sri Sripad Bhakti Yoga Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Sri Prapanna-jivanamrtam ki Jai.
Jai.
And on the next text, the last text that we were, the next text that we're reading is this one, number 5. Yes. Yashaha Shriyam Eva Varishrama Paro Varnashramachara Varnashramachara Atapasutadishu Avismitri Sridhara Pada Mayor Gunanuvada Shavanadaradibi. From the Bhagavatam, 12th chapter, 12th canto, 12th chapter, 54th verse. The prescribed duties of the Varnashram hierarchy, performance of austerity and study of the scriptures, belabored adherence to such practices merely panders to one's reputation and influence, but by the divine services beginning with devotedly hearing the glories of the Lord, the supreme reward of never forgetting the lotus feet of Sri Hari is gained. If one engages in religious activities merely for the sake of appearing to be a great saint or whatever, if one wants to really merely engage in certain activities to appear to the world, to others, that they have some kind of devotional or noble quality, that will not help in making a connection with Krishna. Krishna will never be attracted by that such attitude, dutiful performance for the sake of some other purpose, than actually trying to please him, actually trying to serve him. These other things will not suffice as a replacement for that. If one wants to serve Krishna, that must be his whole intention, his whole heart, his whole purpose, sole purpose. And all these other things are considered obstacles or distractions, anarthas, unwanted, undesirable things. And devotee wants to be rid of those things, wants to rid himself of those things. So that's the nature of devotee versus the dutiful person. Duty and devotion are two different things. So here, Srila Maharaj explains the supreme reward of never forgetting the lotus feet of Srihari. Huh? The reward, the only reward the devotee is looking for is this: never forgetting the lotus feet of the Lord. Huh? That is the reward the devotees are looking for. That is the purpose of all their activities, is to get to this point. Smaranam. Krishna Smaranam. Always remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. There is nothing higher, nothing else to be aspired for. That is the main, the whole thrust, the whole purpose of the Vedas. Sometimes people ask, what is the purpose of the universe? What is the purpose of this? Why does this universe exist? No one has been able to answer that question. They come up with something ridiculous. Oh, it just happened. I had a big explosion. That's all. Otherwise, it's all meaningless. But the whole purpose of the universe, the whole purpose of life, is to remember Krishna. That's all. Krishna says in the Bhagavatam, before this universe existed, I am there. And during the existence of the universe, I am there. And after the dissolution of the universe, I am there. Catuh-sana yapratiyata, one verse, one of the chapter slokas of the Bhagavatam. So there's no other purpose of anything except that it's connected with Krishna. If one tries to find something that is not connected to Krishna for reason that's some understanding that's not connected with Krishna, that is called illusion, darkness, ignorance. They will never come to any proper understanding of things or proper conclusion. It will lead only to entrapment and further difficulties, further suffering, without cessation. That's hell. Hell means forgetfulness of Krishna, not knowing one's connection with the Supreme Lord. Then you have only hell to face. So the merciful Lord has given his instructions in the Shastra and all the Vedas. All the devotees, the Acharyas, the incarnations teach us one thing. Sarvadharmam parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Just give up all your other engagements. Come to me. Surrender to me. Fix your mind upon me. Then you'll understand what is what. That is what is what. You have your connection with me, your relationship with me. And that is the most beautiful and wonderful thing. Oh, you sons of nectar, sons of the nectarian world, you belong to the nectarian world. And your food is nectar. And you are settling for something else. Foolishness. You belong to the nectar world. The world of service of this highest thing, the Supreme Lord, and his eternal kingdom. And yet we're trying to suck the juices of this dry material existence. Srimad Bhagavatam giving this direction to us. Tasyara Vinda Nayanasya Madara Vinda Kinjal Kamishra Tulsi Arakandavayu Antargatasva Vivarena Chakaratesham Sankoshabam Aksharajusam Apichitta Tanvo. From the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 15th chapter, 43rd verse. A beautiful fragrance emanated from the Tulsi, united with the stamens of the lotus flower-like feet of the lotus-eyed Supreme Lord. When the breeze carrying that divine fragrance entered the nostrils of the Catuh-sana, it caused jubilation in their hearts, and the hairs of their bodies stood erect, despite their zealous attachment to the non-differentiated Brahman. So this is a reference to the 4 Kumars, huh? You know the 4 Kumars mentioned in the Bhagavatam? Sons of Brahma, 4 Kumars. They appeared their whole life as babies because they didn't want to get big. They didn't want to become older. For fear of getting entangled in the material world with so many relationships and other things that go on for mature adults in this world. Marriage and all these things. In fact, Brahma asked the 4 Kumars, he said, will you be the progenitors for mankind? And they refused. And the 4 Kumars refused, and then Brahma had to choose the Manus. The Manus as the progenitors. 4 Kumars were so much absorbed in the impersonal Brahman, the non-differentiated Brahman energy, the Brahmajyoti, the light from the spiritual world. But they didn't want to have any other distraction from that. They consider that all nonsense, all differentiation. And the Mayavads are also of that nature. They think if you try to add some qualities to Brahman, Saguna Brahma, if you try to understand that there are qualities in the spiritual plane, then that's a distraction from the Nirgun Brahma. They only want peace. They don't want any disruption of their self-focused peace. They think of anything else except themselves. They become distracted. They feel that is a mundane, can only be mundane thing. Because they have no appreciation of the dedication, realm of dedication, beyond exploitation. There's a realm of dedication. The Nirgun Brahma is the plane of renunciation. No material, no spiritual, nothing. Some undifferentiated, mere existence, a being without any object. Awareness without an object. What is that? What are you aware of? How can you speak of awareness? Anyhow, they had no idea of the plane of dedication that lies beyond the plane of renunciation, plane of service, of love, of transcendental relationship, transcendental differentiation. So what happened? The Kumars were in their meditation, in personal meditation, and all of a sudden, the fragrance of the Tulsi leaves being offered to the Lord's lotus feet was detected by them. And these four devotees or impersonalists, you could say they were Shanta devotees. They smelled this Tulasi, and somehow their meditation became disturbed. And he thought, what is this? We are great impersonalist meditators, and we're not nothing in the material world can attract us, and we don't have any interest in all that. And then suddenly this fragrance came, they became, oh, I cannot avoid, noticing this. It is so sweet. So irresistibly sweet. And they thought, oh my goodness, what is this? And that awoke them. They realized it cannot be an ordinary thing. If this sweetness can awaken them, it cannot be an ordinary thing. They have totally rejected all of that. And by that slight hint, just hint of fragrance, they became awakened to the higher plane, the plane of Krishna, plane of service to Krishna.
Maharaj? Madhava Maharaj?
What happened?
Amiya Sindhu has a question.
You have a question?
Yeah, Maharaj, you said awareness without an object, but then the scent of the Tulsi became the object of which they became aware, which led to their consciousness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yes. So awareness is there, and their awareness has to become aware of something, but because they had rejected all objects of consciousness for exploitation, they could not understand why this particular type of object had attracted them. They knew it wasn't a material object because they had already gone beyond that plane of attraction to material objects, of the ethereal nature, the unreal nature of material objects. They already gone beyond that. So what was this that they felt some attraction to? Something within consciousness itself, not outside. That they realize that consciousness has this differentiation within it, has this connection with other things within it, not outside of it. And this is what awakened them to the transcendental world, the variegated world of devotion. So this is a matter of the heart. It says, when this breeze entered the nose, the nostrils of the Chaturvyuha, of the four Kumars, it caused a jubilation in the hearts. The result was their body responded. The hairs of their body stood up. Despite their zealous attachment to the non-differentiated Brahman. So a transformation of heart, a change of heart comes about. That's not a mental thing. Not a matter of understanding something different. It's all a matter of desire. Everything is based upon desire. Ye yata mam prapadyante. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Ye yata mam prapadyante. how you surrender to me, prapanjante, surrender, yayatamam, to me, yayatamam prapanjante, surrender, how you surrender to me, tamas tataiva bhajam yaham, bhajam, you worship me and I also respond to you in that way, according to your worship of me, according to your relation to me, I relate to you. The reciprocal relation doesn't mean one way. A relationship is a two-way event, a two-way affair. Yatamam prapanjant, tamas tataiva bhajam. So desire, the jnanis, they cannot understand this. They think everything is based upon what you understand, upon what you think. They don't understand that what you think is dependent upon what you desire. Thoughts are the product of desire. It's also true that thoughts are the origin of desire. Thoughts create desires, and desire creates thoughts. You see, the jnanis, they only think one way. They have no understanding of dialectic relation. There's a dialectic relation between everything. Everything is related to even that which is opposite. They're related. And opposites are also related. A pencil, the opposite of a pencil, you might say, is an elephant. No. Pencils and elephants are not opposites. They're different. An opposite is something that is not the thing. Being, the opposite of being is what? Nothing. You can't say the opposite of being is an elephant. And not that everything is opposites the other. They're different, but opposites have a special relationship. Opposites are related to something specific, not just different from other things. They have a specific relation. And this modern man does not understand so well. That whenever there is one thing, there's the opposite involved in it. Prabhupada once told a very nice example. He said, if everyone in the world were blind, then you could not say blind. In order to say blind, there must be someone who can see. So seeing and blindness are inextricably related. That doesn't mean that if you're blind you can't smell. Blind has to do with sight, not smell or touch or anything else. Or elephants. There are differences and there are oppositions. So by not being able to understand what is the relationship between opposites, then modern thinking, they have lost the ability to think dialectically. And dialectically means a thesis and antithesis are opposites, antitheticals, have a relationship with each other. That's called dialectics. But anyhow, there's one area, but then the area of desire. Thinking and desire have a relationship, a dialectical relationship. We may conceive them as different, but they actually are related. Desire affects what thoughts come to us, what thoughts gain our attention, and they also affect what type of desires we have. Anyhow, like that, some internal change. And the four Kumars, they recognized that they had desire. So sense of pleasure was there. Some nectar was there. And they were tasting that. Hare Krishna. So Sripad would always emphasize, everything is based on faith. Your faith will determine your fate. Your faith. Not how much knowledge you have, how much wealth you have, how much good karma you have. Not that. Your faith will surpass all these other things. Will be more important than all the other things you can imagine. That will direct you. All right, next verse. Atmarama Shabunayo Nirgrata Apyuru Krama Gorvat Yahaitakum Bhaktim Itam Bhuta Guno Hari. This is from the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Those sages who, being merged in the bliss of the spirit soul, are totally free from the binding knot of mental images. They too engage in the unmotivated service of Sri Krishna, the performer of marvelous deeds. This is but one of the qualities of the Supreme Lord Hari, who charms the entire world. Brahmabhutta Prasanatma, it says in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahmabhutta Prasanatma means one who knows his spirit, Brahmabhutta, that is a living spirit entity, spiritual entity. Brahma. His nature is of the nature of Brahma, Brahman, spirit. Brahmabhutta Prasanatma means he is completely satisfied. Who doesn't have all these desires of the material existence and the body itself? Who doesn't have all the miseries of the body to contend with, but is absorbed in itself? They are completely peaceful, prasanatma. They're very happy.
Is this the Atmarama verse that Mahaprabhu explained?
There's that previous one. Those who are self-satisfied. Satisfaction in the self alone. Beyond the mental plane, thoughts and images. Beyond all object awareness. They also engage in devotional service. In a purely spiritual plane, really transcendental. They call it transcendental because it transcends any physical, mental or intellectual level of existence. I say, what is that? Is there such a place? Yes. Yes. We are told that is there also. You don't only have to live your existence in the physical, mental, and intellectual plane. There's a plane higher than that. What you are thinking, what you are reasoning, there's also an observer of that. Someone for whom that is thinking, that is reasonable. The consciousness for whom all these things are there. The observer and the observed. The knower and the known. And the knowledge. The three things, right? Knower, the known, and the knowledge that connects them. So the knowledge and the known, the objects and the subjects. Knowledge is the subjective existence, and the known is the objective existence. Both the objective and subjective are comprehended, are encompassed with something higher than either as the knower. Knower transcends both the knowledge and the known. And even the knower, he is transcendent also. Because you are not the only knower in the universe. There are many knowers beside yourself. So what is that which comprehends all those knowers? So even beyond the knower, there is something higher. That is the supreme absolute Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the super soul, the super knower, the universal knower, not the singular knower. So the point is that there is a world, a transcendental world, that transcends objects and subjects. And subjective knowing is higher than that also. And that can be known only by that higher plane communicating with us, telling us about itself, coming down to us. Cannot be detected or even thought from within our limited, singular, finite perspective, particular perspective. Cannot be. And beyond all of that. If you think everything is a particular perspective, then you're forgetting that you're only one of many particular perspectives. And then in what space are all those particular knowers situated? That space of multiple knowers is a higher space than the knowers can know. So what to do? We have to give space for that higher thing beyond our own knowing. We have to give some existence to that also. Recognition. And that which exists beyond knowing, that is called faith. The reason how we detect that flame is through faith. Only way. And how can that have any meaning to us? What can that do for us if we have that kind of faith and that type of transcendental being, universal being? What can that do for us? What is the benefit of such a thing? Is there no way of checking its truth? Logically, we can understand it's there. Must be there. But then what? How do we validate that? Pratyaksha Bhagavamam Dharmam, Krishna says. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Duhuyam, that the king of knowledge, higher knowledge, can be directly perceived. Pratyaksha means by direct sense perception. You can directly perceive it by sense perception. How is that possible? You cannot know it, but it can be perceived by direct perception. Like let's say, the taste of a banana. You can make all kinds of theoretical explanations of what the banana tastes like. But to actually taste it, that is the proof of the taste of the banana. That is the real thing. So it's possible. We're putting our faith in the transcendental, infinite, the Adhokshaja, which is beyond all rational grasp. Putting our faith in that and serving that. What's the result? We can feel. We will feel an ecstasy beyond any other taste that we've ever had, beyond any other experience that we ever had. What happened when the Kumars smelt that Tulsi leaf? Horripilation of the hairs on their bodies. Their bodies became ecstatic. What is that? It was a transformation in them, in their body. That means they felt it. But it wasn't like feeling something of the material world. It was a higher feeling. And that is Pratyaksha Bhagavamam Dharmam. That is a perceptual experience, and not merely seeming like a faith thing, but that has a result in us. That faith produces a result in us. So it cannot be merely a faith, some kind of super sensual thing that has no effect in us. It has a complete revolutionary change. It produces that type of thing. A pleasure unimagined of an unimaginable. What does he say?
He said, can there be a subliminal or subconscious antithesis in a dialectic personal consciousness, bhakti devotion, and engaging with the world of desire and survival requirements? Prabhu, if you can clarify the question, that would be good.
Yeah, Thunderbird, Haranams. Apologies for all the big words and the big concepts that go with them. I was merely trying to ask about that one can have a personal, spiritual, how should I say, consciousness that goes on in the background whilst one deals with the necessities that one needs to deal with in day-to-day life. So in other words, there's a consciousness and an awareness of our physical surroundings and commitments and the things we need to do, our responsibilities, but nevertheless, in the back of our mind and within our heart, everything.
When you reach, when you taste the transcendental reality, huh? When we taste that transcendental reality, all questions cease. All questioning stops.
Yeah.
You have nothing higher. You have nothing to question.
Yeah. Okay. So simple. So beautiful.
The questioning comes only because of some doubt. What is that? But when something is so delicious,
I'm not worried about it.
you're relishing that taste. There are no questions, no room for questioning to come forward. Complete absorption and relishing.
Think about Maharaj.
Anya Abhilasita Shunyam. Rupa Goswami describes that stage. Anya Abhilasita Sunyam. Now, Sunyam means not zero. Huh? All Anya Abhilasita, all varieties of gyan and karma, siddhi, perfection, whatever it may be, all of that just goes to zero. Anya Abhilasita Sunyam. Anukulena Krishnanushīlanam. This is bhakti. This is bhakti. And all other things cease except devotion. Rendering favorable service to Krishna, that's the only focus, the only concern of the devotee. His heart is filled with nothing else but that concern. Is Krishna, how do I make Krishna happy? How do I please my beloved who is so dear to my heart? The only question that we have. Otherwise, if we start questioning everything, if we always have questions about things, that's another stage of consciousness. That serve a lower purpose. That satisfies all our lower purposes. But that does not satisfy the higher. There's a self-interest to satisfy our purposes. But to satisfy Krishna, that means focus upon whom we are trying to please, whom we are trying to love, with whom we have a relationship. And that may require all of our energy, not only thinking, but also acting, feeling, thinking, acting, smelling, tasting, all these things. This was Srila Bhakti Ruchite. This is the highest form of bhakti, devotion. This is the meaning of bhakti. Until we are willing to take that leap to a faith, Ado Shraddha. Dev-Goswami explained, Ado Shraddha. First, it starts with faith. If we're not willing to take that leap of faith, to beyond, like I said, all of our questioning and answering, till we're willing to take that step. And then all these things that we're talking about, this nectar, this manipulation, all these things cannot have a room to manifest themselves in our existence. So we have to choose. What do we want? Again, desire. What do we desire? Do we desire to be satisfied with some knowledge of what that is? Or do we desire to satisfy the Supreme Lord for giving us whatever we have, for having that beautiful, divine, loving relationship with us? We wish to cultivate that. Or are we trying to cultivate some inner thing within our own self, for our own self? And the knot within the heart, self-interest, lust, self-desire, desire for self-interest. Krishna is already the controller of everything, the knower of everything, the truth, the absolute truth of everything. Only one thing we can do: accept it, surrender to it. We don't have to develop it, we don't have to discover it, develop it, theorize it, anything. Understand it. Truth is the truth. Our position is to surrender to that and live that truth. And that we will be satisfied. Next verse, number 8.
Maharaj.
Oh, sorry. You got caught in the plane of eternality. Forgot what time it is. So we'll read the next verse next time. My dandavats. Any question? Any comment more?
Maharaj,
Yes.
Bhikwan Prabhu,
Ah,
Question. Dandava Pranam, Prabhu.
Jai.
Hare
The before one, the question in the chat, no?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Maharaj, I don't know if it's the right question, but it came like several times when I was meditating. So, how to use the demoniac energies in service of Sri Guru and Gauranga?
And Krishna Lila, there are so many demons serving Krishna. They excite him to kill them, crush them, kick them, eat them, fight them. He's bringing out all his qualities. He has those qualities too. If you want to entice Krishna to beat you up, we'll do that, no problem. There's also his qualities. And he's happy to fight, no problem. You want to fight with him, that makes him happy. You can also do. Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chatusaka. It gives him a reason to come here and set things straight and to punish those who are miscreants and to save his devotees. So everything can be utilized.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Bhakti Madhava Maharaj ki jai.
Say Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Dandavad Sri Shabbar Prabhu, Amir Chinta Prabhu, Ayananda Prabhu, Aditi Nanda Prabhu, Anaditi Prabhu, and Bhagavati Devi. Priyadarsha Madhiri ki jai. Prabhu, this is the case. Prabhu ki jai. Well, be happy, be safe. My love to you. All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
And the Vice Maharaj, and thank you so much for allowing me to join with your association and with the devotees who's paying. Jai Gurudev, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.